Hey, it's March the 25th, 2015. It's actually early in the morning. Well, it's 7:35 to be exact. I'm still trying to collect my thoughts. I thought I'd make a video for you um, this morning because I was kind of inspired too. I wasn't even thinking about making a video this morning. I was actually thinking about the opposite. Not making any videos this morning. I had to upload them. I had to upload some from last night, a couple days before. But an article caught my eye that I just really couldn't get past. It was on. It was presented to me by MSN.com. World's. I mean, they're on the cutting edge of bullshit propaganda. So they threw a story at me which they found in a paper or a publication called International Business Times. Now, this story, from what I've seen, and I read the whole story, I have no clue in any way how this reflects on international business at all. Maria Voltaggio, who's the lady who wrote this, Maria Voltaggio, I have no clue how this relates to international business. But anyway, I'm going to cover your story. She wrote a story about a girl recently who thought she was a boy. Thought she wanted to become a boy. She changed her name. I don't know what her original name was, but she changed her name to Blake Brockington. It's a pretty sad story, I gotta admit. Just to let y'all know, and this is the reason why I'm bringing it up. Blake Brockington, whatever her name was, she went to East Mecklenburg High School in Charlotte, North Carolina, um, where she was pronounced homecoming king. According to the story, when she was a sophomore is when she decided to completely say, no, I'm not a girl no more. Now I'm a boy. Everybody's going to start calling me a boy. And by her senior year, I guess, by homecoming time, she in fact was voted homecoming king. Now here's something that I'm going to tell you without knowing it, without having read it. You could basically say I'm prophesizing it, but pretty much I'm just using common sense. This person was not the funniest person at their school. This person was not the most popular person at their school. This person probably didn't have the best academia at their school. And no reason was this person voted the homecoming king except due to the fact that her peers in high school probably felt sorry for her and thus voted her homecoming king. I'm telling you, I didn't read anything about that. I don't know anything about her life, but I can pretty much promise you this is what happened. Now, this didn't save anything, obviously, because it wasn't more than I don't know, a couple years later that this girl committed suicide. That's the reason I bring it up. You know, it's why I brought up the Presbyterian Church yesterday, and you say, well, oh man, you're just trying to harp on men because they're trying to do something new, and you don't agree with it. This is the result. This is a microcosm of the result that happens when you start publicly trying to confuse people. Alright, so if you want this, but you want it in a big avalanche of people, of non-stop people killing themselves, then go ahead and do what you're doing. Alright? Let's see, let's cover a little bit in further detail about, because it didn't go into too much detail about this girl who thought she was a boy named Blake. But it did go over a quote that she gave during after homecoming when she's been voted homecoming king. It says this. It says, "I honestly feel like this. Something that I have to do. Nobody should be scared to be themselves." You hear what she said? I mean, look at her situation. Do you think she was not scared to be herself for real? Anyways, and it says, goes on to say that everybody should have an equal opportunity to have an enjoyable high school experience. So let me break something to you. I've been in high school. There's a lot of people who've been in high school, and a lot of the experiences, a good lot of the experiences are the opposite of enjoyable. So I just want to break down the fact that from this person's quote, you could tell that they feel as though they're entitled to something that nobody really gets, that very few people get. They feel as though they're entitled. Everybody has the right to, it's like saying everybody has the right to ice creams every day after their damn dinner. No, they do not, because you can go to places where you'll find no ice cream. You'll find no dessert. So how can you say in the face of everybody deserves an ice cream? Well, you know what? Everybody doesn't have an ice cream. So what kind of entitlement was she trying to describe? What kind of cries for help was she giving that nobody listened to? I think she later on went to say something like, let's see, that she went on the internet, of course, and she saw really hateful things that were said on the internet. And she said it was hard. She said she saw how narrow-minded the world really is. First of all, you did not, if you're talking about the world, you did not get everybody's opinion in the world. I'm sure a lot of people told you that you're messing up, you don't know what you're doing. And she took that as an insult, and she said that this shows how narrow-minded the world is. You see how she's describing herself when she speaks about the world. She is so narrow-minded that when people try to tell her, wait, you're messing up. We don't want you to mess up. She says, no. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Don't talk to me about that. I know what I'm doing. What sounds narrow-minded to you? Which side of this sounds narrow-minded? All right, and the story covers the fact that this situation apparently echoes the situation of a boy who thought he was a girl. There's an Ohio teen who, I guess, renamed herself. They don't ever call these children by their actual name in the article. This one, he's called Leela Alcorn. I bet you he was not born Leela, but they don't ever mention his real name. You notice in these articles. Um, Apparently, what he did was he committed suicide. It's more suicide. Remember when I said from success to suicide? Remember when I said from success to complete failure? He committed suicide, and before he did, he was telling about how his family never really accepted him. Um, Also, as you can imagine, the previous girl who wanted to be a guy, family never accepted him. Told him, shouldn't be doing it. Uh, the original girl who wanted to be a guy wound up having to live with foster home. So that'll give you another insight. Um, but this Leela Alcorn, this little boy, he was quoted as saying that his mother told him, quote, "It is a phase. You are never truly going to be a girl." She's basically just stating straight facts to him. She said, God does not make mistakes and that I am wrong. Pretty much, I mean, he wanted to put out this quote to, I guess, probably a newspaper publication or whatever, feeling sorry for himself. You could tell that in his mind from what he's saying, his mother told him, God doesn't make mistakes. You're actually wrong in this situation. But in his mind, already he had it made up that yes, God does make mistakes and that I'm right in this situation. I My agenda and what I have going on in my head is more important than God, is what he's saying. And because God was thrown in my face, now I feel abused by this. Later on, goes to commit suicide, puts a thing on Tumblr. I don't know, I'm not too familiar with Tumblr, and it was like a suicide note that popped up like hours after he did that. I mean, these are just microcosms. I gotta finish up. I think I might be burning my rice up in there, but these are just microcosms of what you can expect when you're changing the definition of things in order to suit certain people's needs. Alright? Something to think about. I gotta get up out of here.